Hello people, my name is Sako. They call me the Compare with a sense of humor. Welcome to another segment of Sako Speaks, where I share live issues or life stories. No, I don't share live issues, I share. Welcome back, ladies. Hello people, my name is Sako. They call me the Compare with a sense of humor. In case you're just coming to my page for the first time, I'm Sako International, a master of ceremony, a stand-up comedian, a travel agency or travel agent. Anyone. I have a Sako Travels. I can't keep myself. I can't speak all the English. Okay, Sako. I have an initiative called the Sako Initiative Strategic Mentorship Program where I help up and coming comedians, entertainers, musicians build their capacity. I help talk about tips on how you can be better as an entertainment entrepreneur. Today's topic is very, very personal. I've worked with a lot of people and I've seen they've come, they've gone. Some people have started their own business. Some people have started their own entertainment outfit. And so today I'm going to be sharing with you how to work with senior colleagues, or mentors easily. So I use senior colleagues because the difference between a mentorship is a relationship between a more experienced person and a young or a less experienced person. So it's easier, okay? And I say to people, I always emphasize the fact that you're in the business before the person does not make you superior than the person. It's the difference between what you're doing and the person coming behind you is time. And if this person understands his own capacity, understands what he or she carries, with time, both of you will be rolling on the same page. Yes, you might have more experience, but they will build their own experiences. So please, as mentors, let's learn to help people. Let's understand that, yes, some of them are not perfect. I'm going to share some of them are also the wrong path, but please don't let them feel lesser than themselves. Every time you have opportunity to work with somebody, let them see the value in themselves, okay? Thank you so much. And when we come back, I will share with you some tips that will work for you on how to work with senior colleagues. I'll be back shortly.
I don't know if you mind, sir. I'd like to interview you, sir. Yes, sir. Can you tell us your name and what you do for a living?
My name is Sako.
Yes, sir.
I'm a chef.
Wow. Okay, sir, don't worry, sir. Thank you very much. You will not be able to answer the question, sir.
No, you can't do that. You have stopped me. Ask me the question. If I don't know it, I will tell you. Ask the question.
Turkey sits on two continents, sir. Please, can you tell us the two continents?
First, I must let you know that it's racism to say that Turkey sits on two continents. Turkey is an intercontinental dish. Turkey has been saving us for a long time. Turkey can be intercontinental and it can be continental.
Oh,
I'm a chef.
God.
So
No, sir. Sir, talking of Turkey, the country, sir. It sits on two continents.
Oh, the two continents?
Yes, sir.
My brother.
Sir, you see, that's why I told you the other time that you should not worry. You understand? Something that you don't know, you just avoid it.
You are rude. You are very rude. In fact, you are a Turkey. You sit on two continents. In short, you'll be avoided. Welcome back. It's still Sako, the Compare with a sense of humor. Remember, I shared with you that the topic will be how to work with senior colleagues at events and even beyond events, because events doesn't come all the time. And so there are other things you need to do to service that relationship. So I had the privilege of working with comedians in my life. The first comedian I ever worked with was a man called MC Mark. He's still with us. He's based in the UK. But before then, I saw a mentor, or I saw a man anchoring an event, and he was anchoring it easily, which is, it's in 2004, I met him, or I saw him from afar. His name is Oli Malam. And I sent him a mail. I remember sending him a mail that same year. I don't know what the content was, but I think I was saying I wanted to work with him, which I've gotten more mails. I've gotten mails from different people that they want to work with me. But I crossed him part on, but guess what? I kept on following him to all events. Once I see his flyer that is going to be somewhere, I would follow. I would go to the event, even though he didn't know me, but I was basically almost stalking him. I was seeing, how does this man do this thing effortlessly, especially for gospel events, until 2008, where our path completely crossed May 29, 2008. And that was a life-changing moment for me. And till date, I'm grateful to God that our path crossed. He gave me my first major job. Remember my first mentor, Msuma, gave me my first 5K job as a comedian. And then I met Olimala in 2008. My first 30K job, my first 120K job, my first 150K job. The rest is history, all right? He gave me the capacity to realize that there's a lot in this job. If you put value, you will get value. I remember I said also in one of my videos, for you to become a professional in anything that you're doing, you should have done over 10,000 hours. You can Google it, the 10,000 hour rules, which is Malcolm Gladwell talked about how effective. So if you're in the choir right now, you're cracking a joke and nobody looks as if they're listening to you, you're cracking it for free. It's just a matter of time. You're building your capacity to be a better person. But that's not the topic for today. So I like to enter different topics that does not concern me. Where I'm going to actually is there's a belief that this generation, this present generation is not ready to serve. But I think for every principle, that's an exception. For every rule, that's an exception. I feel that there are still some people that are willing to work and learn to be a better person. Nobody gets to the top. Somebody brings you to the top. Nobody got here by miracle. Somebody. Trust me, you might beat your chest and say, I help myself. No, you see, somebody taught you what you know. You learned from what you know. You had to read from somebody. That person was helping you. Somebody mentioned your name where you never imagined. I've gone to places where one or two persons mentioned my name. It didn't happen by mistake. It happened from consistently giving value and the grace of God. I cannot overemphasize the grace of God in my life. And where I am today, by the grace of God, I hope you know that you're not where you are. If God decides not to wake you up tomorrow, that's nothing we can do. So please always remember to give the glory to God. But one of the things I noticed about the compare, which is happened not only in my generation, it's happened in this generation, that some people are not willing to learn. They want fast money. There's no fast money anywhere. The fast money will make you slow at the end. You might like all the luxury life, but it's just a matter of time. It will fade. As Christians, it gets better and better. But follow the process. Everyone you have seen achieve anything went through process. You went through process as a child. You had to grow. You had to grow to begin to crawl. From crawling, you learned your first walk. It was a process. It took from the day you were born to almost 1 year. And then you began to go to school. You went to primary school. You went to secondary. So there's nothing that you get to right now. You begin to expect immediate change. Learn to serve. The service is essential. My focus is at events right now. You go with somebody even gives you the opportunity to go with them to event. Your job at that event is the person that you went with. I understand sometimes you get carried away. You see the luxury event, you see bands, you see comedians, you see governors, you see ministers you've never seen before, and you get carried away. Your attention is to follow that client, to follow the senior colleague that you went with. In fact, you should not be sitting down when your senior colleague is anchoring an event. You are always supposed to be on the stage, somewhere by the stage, or either with a DJ to communicate and possibly take pictures of some memorable events. So that when you are done, say, see, I took this picture. These are things you need to do. It's not when you're anchoring. Even if you need to leave that place, you need to signal to the person when he's on break and say, sir, I need to go use the joint. In case you need me, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Your job is not to be looking for you up and down. And then I want to say this to senior or to junior colleagues, please, every time you go, I might forget, I don't want to forget, every time you go to an event with somebody, please make sure you hold your transport fare. Make sure you have your transport fare with you. Don't always believe that every time you go with a person, it will give you. Sometimes it might have corrected its balance. And then you are the one learning the job. Normally, you're supposed to pay to learn. Remember, people pay to learn. But if somebody gives you the opportunity to learn with them and not ask you for money, even though lately I've started charging if you want to work with me, not because of anything, I want to see your seriousness. So that I'm accountable to you, you are also accountable to me. And if you're interested, I'm not charging you. I'm charging you for your own sake, because in another 6 months, when I work with you, because I want to work with you to help you, hold you by the hands, you will make more than the amount you're going to be giving me. And it's for logistics, and it's for your own sake. It's also to let you know that you paid money for something, so you need to be interested in it. You can't follow me to an event and I'm looking for you. And you can't even, some guys follow me to events. They don't even know the name of the person doing the event. Sometimes I just ask, what's the name of the person? You're eating the food now. What's the name of the person? What's the name of the bride? What's the name of the person that died that you're eating the food? I'm just asking because I need to be sure that you understand what you're doing, because if you can get this in 1 year, get this thing, and understand the job, it will feed you. This is the only thing I've been doing for the past 16 years. 16 years doing this thing. Even though when I started working as a waiter, I must say that. I worked as a waiter from 2001 to 2008. And then from that 2008 till date, when 2021, now you can do the maths. This is the only thing as massive same way as a comedian. But I've also involved, not just being a comedian. I've invested my money into other things, which if you're interested, I could share with you in the course. So just drop a message in the chat after watching this video that you're interested, you'd like to know how I was able to convert, because you will not be a player forever. I must say that to you. You will not be a player. There's a level where you need to move and begin to become a coach. If you don't play the ball well, if you don't play in your industry, the same place where you played, in a few years' time, you might not have access to the place. Today, why we celebrate our grand mentor, my grand mentor, Sir Ali Baba, is because he's been able to go through those, not being a player, is a stakeholder in the entertainment industry, also a coach, is a mentor. It's a level. It's a process. He's been doing it for 30 years. So every time you go to somebody at an event, you need to respect, dress well. You must dress well. You must dress well. Emphasis on dress. If you don't have something to wear, please, if you need to save money, look for, there's some people that are helping, talk to tailors, I have material, dress well. Comb your hair, don't look desperate. It's not a time for you to start carrying your card and say you want to start sharing card. And it's amazing how you follow somebody to the event, the person is anchoring, and you're sharing your complimentary card to somebody and say, I'm MC, I came with this person. Why are you sharing your card with the person? You think you are doing the person, but no, it's a seed. If every time you sow a seed, you will get it. And you know, when you sow corn, you sow one corn and then you get, that's exactly what happens. When you sow negativity, you think you are being smart, and somebody calls you. I've seen people come to event, crash your event, some MCs, and you're on stage and you see them selling CDs of their event, and then you're asking, and they're not starting there with the MC. But just doing yourself, you're not doing anybody. We're all answerable to God, but it can't stop you from doing your job. Every time you go with somebody to event, your attention will be on the person. Sometimes you might even ask, have you had something to eat? You mind if I get you? I understand sometimes you might even be hungry. Before you even eat, you go and ask the MC, I said, do you want to eat something? Sometimes MC do not eat. I don't eat when I'm working, but I won't lie to you, I chop for event when I need to eat. But lately what I've been doing is so I don't hear MC you to the chop. I'm sure you hear that a lot. MC you the chop. I eat, I go to a popular fast food restaurant. I eat less 1,500, 2,000 you've eaten, and nobody knows whether you've eaten or not. And then you leave the venue, because sometimes by the time they even bring the food, they bring the meat, it looks like dice. And you start asking yourself, this is what you have come to do in this place, please. And then after that event, make sure you service once in a week. Check up on the person. What's the itinerary for the person? Don't wait until Saturday and say, sir, are we working tomorrow? By Monday, by Tuesday, you ask her, thank you so much, and always send a text. These are easy. Thanks so much for allowing me to go out with you yesterday. It's a privilege. See, don't get too used to the person you are going out and say, my guy. Remember I said in one of my posts, I think I learned it from a book I read on mentorship. The fact that your mentor is friendly with you doesn't mean he's a friend. It could be friendly with you, but doesn't mean your friend. Have you ever seen a dog, you're playing with a dog and say it's friendly? It's not your friend. He knows the owner. My camera person, the Super MC, is the one doing this video. He has a lot of dogs, and he could be friendly with my dog, but he's not his friend. All right, so it's different. Don't always feel that, okay, send a text message to say, sir, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for allowing me to go out with you to this event. If you are led, you can send a recharge card to the person. If you don't have the capacity, don't worry. But sometimes send a gift. These are ways, you know that this person has children, you're coming to the person's house. See, these are things that I do. I do it. Trust me, I'm telling you the things that I do. You know this person has children, you don't buy anything for them. You just feel, I'm here, I'm outside. You might not need your bread. The children will always remember your name for the gift. These are things that when the event comes, you are the first person that comes to mind. Remember I told you about, if you see my video on how to anchor a burial, or I think I talked about, I did justice with that, there's some seed you will sow now that will germinate later. There's some event that you know that you're not able to do if not for seeds that you sowed. please, I beg you, forget all this, this generation, I hear it all the time. This generation is not ready to learn. There's some generations that are ready to learn. I have a lady working with me right now. She's ready to learn. She paid to learn for 6 months. And you need to see the passion she puts. Sometimes I pity her, but she wants to learn. She wants to be a better person. Okay, I have somebody send me a mail earlier today. This person is ready to learn. Females. Yes, I have structures for them. I'm putting something. Watch out for July 20th. I think it's a public holiday. We're working on something for female compares. We need to put a lot of attention on female compares. There are a lot of fantastic female compares. Joyce Daniels, we have a lot of female compares that are doing very well. And I know Popola, I'm going to remember her first name. I have Ayo Mario Essay doing very well. We need more female compares. We need more I don't just that extraordinary compares. I work with Joyce Daniels. She's out of this world. I work with Ayo. She's in fact, she keeps me on my feet. Please, when I come back, I'll share 2 more and then we'll go. Thank you.
Hey, don't do that. Man, like suffering, Sufferhead. Sufferhead go kill you, kill your papa.
But baby, don't do that now, babe.
Sufferhead then go kill you.
Babe, please now.
To be your baby, your baby. You know, we go carry what he feeds, where size you.
Why are you doing like this now?
So why were you insulting him now? You've been manless for over 6 months now.
My friend, that guy, the guy, he could not even meet my needs. It's not saying a big need though. Basic need. Basic need that every normal lady wants. A man supposed know. He could not meet it. I want a guy. Bobo, now I've been calling your line. You don't be picking my call.
I'm sorry.
You haven't transferred the money I asked for now for the human hair.
Babe, what about the one I bought for you the last time?
I'm off it, honey. That one is old-fashioned. You know I'm a hot babe now. What's up, babe? See, I need to go with what is trendy. There's a trendy human hair now. It's called Bone Street. It's just 250,000.
You said what?
Yes, now just 250,000.
250,000 for both straight? Is our relationship not straight enough? Baby, you know my salary is 35,000, and even if I have to put my salary for 1 year, it's not enough to buy you bone straight.
Honey, see, I don't like this kind of thing. I don't like it. You should have gotten money before starting this relationship. What's love without money now? You want to change my skin or skin maintenance or what?
Baby, how much you working me by? How much your relationship be by? Let's trust God for open door now. You know the vision I shared with you before.
Trust God. I'm a partner to build that before I die. Trust God. I'm a to marry the wrong person. Please, we have trusted God enough in this relationship. Nothing to show for it.
Jesus.
You better wake up. Your mates have left you behind. You're here trusting God. See, put this money in front. They add God. See, your life will be different. You can poor guy start relationship. That's how the other day, my sister. The other day. He asked me to push his jalopy car.
I took it to the mechanic.
So what now happened now?
I don't know.
Oh God. I don't like all this kind of
I'm coming. Babe, please, I'm coming. Please.
Oh God. Shit. I can't.
Oh God.
Oh, what's going on now? I'm so hot. No, I see in this car, nothing. Hey, see my makeup, everything don't almost finish. Oh God, I don't like all this kind of thing. Hey! Oh, but what's going on now?
Baby, I'm sorry. I think it's the head of the battery. I'm trying to work on it.
I don't like all these kind of things. I don't like it.
I don't know.
For goodness sake, I'm just inside the car. I'm hot. The AC is not working, nothing.
I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. Please. Or should we push it?
Push what? You and who?
No, I'm not saying. When I say we, I mean, can you enter so I can push it?
Even me seeing you push car is very embarrassing. People now say that your boyfriend they push car. You don't need time for suffer. Abba,
baby,
I beg.
Or should we take keke?
Keke what?
Keke.
Come. My papa and mama don't suffer rich. I know if he suffer, yeah? Let me tell you. What's all that for? What kind of nonsense that?
I'm sorry, baby. You know that this is just a phase that will pass.
See. Come. Take a look at me. See, look at me
baby,
where. Look at me where from head to toe.
I know,
hot babe like me, I should enter keke with you. Abi? Because of car no fee where you no fee drive.
You know that I was.
Hey, see. This relationship is over. I cannot. I not fit oh. I not fit for poverty guy. Yeah. Now your generation go suffer. Not be me and you. God forbid. Not be me and you. God forbid over my dead body. Yeah. God forbid. Not be me and you. Yeah. Poor guy. Man we like suffering. Suffer head. Suffer head go kill you. Go kill you. Kill your papa.
Baby, don't do that now, babe.
Suffer head then go kill you. Kill your.
Babe, please now.
To be your baby. You know, baby. You know. Oh, we go carry what he feet. Why
are you doing like this now?
Nonsense.
Ah, Jesus.
Welcome back. We're still talking about how to work with a senior colleague at events and beyond. Now I'm going to share one of the things that I think has affected me as a compare, as a senior colleague, how you're working with somebody and then instead of you to learn the way it does or he or she does the job, you will start using the person's joke. I'm asking myself, how do you want to become better when you begin to use the person's joke? And then you want the person to recommend it to another event, and then you crack his own joke or his or her own joke at the event. It's not possible. I remember sending somebody I met him a week before, and then he saw me at an event. He followed me to an event, and then a week before, I had another event I was going to clash, and I said, you know what, go and stand in for me for an event. And then by the time I got there, some of the repertoires that I used to do then, by the time this guy has done it on my behalf. And you know how you just get to an event and then I did this stuff, pam, pam, pam. They say, this guy has cracked. In 1 week, he memorized everything that I did. Yes, I still work with him, but I was just shocked. I had to call him and say, guy, what happened? He says, I didn't know what to do. And I'm saying, how can you not know what to do? You know, don't crack a joke. I understand some people will say, okay, like my boss will say, I understand. That's how like my boss Sako will say, no. If you don't need to crack a joke, you don't need to become an MC or you don't need to become a comedian to be an MC. I don't know if that came out right. You can be a master of ceremony with a sense of humor. You don't have to crack people's joke to get, especially people you work with. That's why sometimes I might not be able to send somebody to an event because I'm not sure what it's going to say there. If it's just going to photocopy me, you cannot. I crack joke from my experience. I crack joke. See, this is a time where you need to sit down, begin to think, how can I engage my crowd? How can I engage my audience? The other one is you are at somebody's event. You follow the person to the event, and then you are doing a video of the event. I say live at so wedding, and you begin to do as if it was your event. And then some people even go to the extent of even blocking the person on WhatsApp not to see it, or possibly kind of doing it a way where the person cannot even see it on YouTube or on Instagram. That's, and you don't even give the credit to the person. Instead, I said live at I went out with Sako or mentioned a comedian's name or a master of ceremony. I had a great time. It was great, especially when you see an artist that you've never seen before or you've always been seeing them on TV. Make sure you give it credit. Or how this generation, there's a way you people also, or there's a way you do it where you even look as if the senior colleague even followed you to the event, or they paid him separately. I don't know how you do it, but you guys, no, I give it to you. You don't want people to look as if, okay, this guy never arrived, but you want to do as if you don't arrive. See, celebrate your moments. There's a period where you need to serve. You don't want people to know that you are serving because you spend more than you earn. Or you spend more than you earn. See, I'm live at an event with my mentor. It doesn't even need to be a mentor, with my senior colleague, with my senior boss at this event. Thank you so much. In fact, you need to even thank the person. Thank you so much for bringing me to this event. I appreciate it. But live at this event, it was great working with my boss. Yes, it's left for, because I had one of my proteges that was working with me. He traveled outside the country with me, and I told him, it's left for the person to say, you know what, don't let people know. And I did it. I've done it to some of my guys. I remember doing it to the guy. I said, you know what, this event you've traveled, we went to Dubai, and I said, don't let people know that don't let it look as if I'm the one that brought you. Let it, because I needed him to be in the face. I needed to get a kind of deal, and that's secrets. Those are, I'm already sharing some of them. These are things I'm going to share with you when you begin to work with me. Share with you how you don't sound like you need help. You need help. How you don't sound like you are. How you give the right perception. One of the reasons why people pay. One of the reasons why I always talk about the emphatic. There's no reason why you mention why and reasons. So I'll correct that. One of the reasons you see people they don't pay you a particular amount, that they don't have a perception that you can collect that amount. You call 350 and they check you out and your package. That's why you must be careful the kind of videos that you put up on your Instagram. Please, careful of what you put on your platform. When people come to your page, what will they see? They've not seen you do a job before. So I know you're leveling with a senior colleague. Always give credit. Always give credit. I understand. Always give credit. Please. Remember, make sure you have your transport fare with you anywhere you're going. Or your transportation fee. Please. Sir, can you help me? Please. These are things when you're going to your mentor's place or you're going to someone that you work with that you have benefited. Go with a gift. I've said it over and over again. It looks as if when people buy bread in my house, I have bread. I'm the breadwinner, so I have bread. On a lighter note, I have bread. I have grant. There's nothing you want to give, but for me, I'm always glad when I receive those gifts, because for me, it's not the bread, it's the intention. Sometimes some guy sent me a recharge card, 200. One guy sent me 200 and he was apologetic. I said, you know what? It's not about the 200. It's because you even thought about it in the first place. So I appreciate you and I celebrate you. Trust me. Trust me. Please. I don't know how I'm going to say it, but it's a topic for another day. We'll keep talking about it. The ones that come, once in a while, I'm going to drop it on my Instagram page. If I never even drop a video for my Instagram. Hello people, my name is Sako, the comedy compare with sense of humor. I like to share with you in 1 minute things, or in 2 minutes, in the minute that I'm done. When you're working with somebody, your intention is to support the person, not to take the person out of the scene. When you do that, when you begin to sow seed of how you can envy, or you are envious of the person, you come in as a sheep and do as if you want to help people, but your intention is to take the person out of the scene as you begin to share your complimentary card. I'm asking, how do you want to grow? How do you want God to even bless you? You are praying that a person should have an accident, the person should die, you should go out of the scene. The person is not going to die. The person will live long because you were not there when God created him. I'm sounding like America created him. They created the T was. Sako, you didn't speak. You could create, be there to serve the person, be there to help the person. You not go there to say how you're going to eliminate the person. That sharing of comprehension. Please go with your transport fare. Please go with your transport fare. Don't be expecting, except, sometimes I give out money, especially when they spray me. I'm not stingy. People that know me, they can confirm it. When I go to event and they give me money, I share it because I just don't. It's left for you. It's not a right. And I'm even helping pick the money. It's my money. If I want to give it to you, it's my event. You don't know how I even got the event. You don't know how many free events I've gotten for me to even get this job. So don't just believe that it's your own harvest time. Sow your seed and have your harvest. Everybody will have their harvest. So please, if you want more of this video, go to my page and watch how step by step how I share with you how you can be a better person. Trust me, the difference between HER and THER is the letter T, time. With time, you will grow to become who you want to be. Please, pray for the person you are working with. Pray. Sometimes take some time out to pray for the person. Because as you are doing that, God is going to raise other people to pray for you, that you become the best in what you are doing. And then sometimes when the person is anchoring an event, randomly go into the crowd and see the people's feedback. Randomly go into the crowd and see the people's feedback. Sometimes I just send one of my guys to sit in the crowd. When I start, let them know what the feedback. I want to see feedback because I might not be able to feel the feedback of what people are saying. So sometimes those guys, if you are genuine about it, if you are there to serve the person, they will let you know, oh, this is what they said, this is what the feedback said, this is what the feedback said. It's not for you to begin to say, okay, good, I'll use that feedback to work on myself. As you work on yourself, tell the person, sir, when you were saying this is what the feedback said. So you know as a master, and then that you are a senior colleague, please listen sometimes to the proteges. Listen to them. Sometimes the idea might, because they are the generations that know what this generation wants. And if you stand and say, no, if not be me, nobody. I hear somebody says, I'm the one they came to see. Just a matter of time. They're not going to see you again. It's not swear, because you're not going to be there forever. Give other people platforms. Encourage them. Let them make their mistakes. I have scolded. Yes, I know I've scolded people, but at the same time, I wanted to be better. I think I'm done for today. Thank you so much. My name is Sako, the company comparison. Please give me your feedback and God bless you. I sign out.